Well, I just planted my flowers for the year. Well, for the spring anyway. Hopefully I'll be able to plant some more, but I've at least got some. Those are my sunflowers. There's an assortment of flowers and vegetables. Another round of broccoli, some lettuce. It's been 3 weeks since I planted lettuce, so I planted some more. I do have 2 cells that I didn't put anything in, right in front of that State Fair Zinnia Mix 420 sign. Those 2 cells are empty, I just realized. So I'll have to put something else in there. And this is a full tray of Mammoth Gray Striped sunflowers, which is my favorite sunflower. It's kind of a rainy day. It's supposed to be raining all weekend. Good day to be in the hoop house. I was about to go back in the house, but it just started pouring. So I'll wait that out because it's been showering on and off for several hours. Things are starting to heat up, or fill up rather, not heat up. Things are cooling down in the heat mat. I'm going to have to turn it pretty soon, maybe even tomorrow if I get the energy, get up the gumption. But it's getting really full. I just had to do a bunch of rearranging so I could put my flowers on the heat mat. These are the kale pots that didn't survive the burning. Those are the alliums that did survive the corn. With a bunch of lettuce, broccoli and kale. And tomatoes and cucumbers I potted on the other day. So things are looking good. I am pretty excited because I think my rice has arrived. I'm gonna go open it and make sure that's what it is. But first, when I was closing up the hoop house last night, I noticed that I think 2 of my sunflower plantings are a little dry, so I'm gonna go take care of that. It's been raining for 3 days now, 2 days. And it's supposed to rain for the next 2 days. So we're pretty soggy out here. But still got to water in the hoop house. There's always something a little silly about that. But as great as hoop houses are, they don't get water from the sky. See, that's kind of gross, dude. Standing in your own water. complete. My flowers are already starting to come up. I planted a bunch of stuff this weekend. Broccoli, lettuce, a bunch of herbs, and I also planted my flowers. So got a whole tray of mammoth gray stripe. I've got a tray of a bunch of different kinds over there, and then I've got a bunch of other flowers in here. So let's see. The zinnias are starting to come up. Those, let's see, what is that? Marigolds. Those are coming up really well. Cosmos are coming up, which I've never grown before. Never grown this type of marigold before. And it looks like, what is that? Oh, that's lettuce. That's coming up good. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I did a trial here. I had some old, 1-year-old zinnia. I wasn't sure. There's no information on the packet or that I could find in the catalog about how long the seed lasts. So I was just trying last year's seed and this year's. It looks like it's still viable to some extent because the old stuff's coming up, as is the new stuff, so that's great. Cucumbers are doing well so far. Ones that have germinated that I potted on. The tomatoes are coming along. And then, let's see. A bunch of tomatoes have come up. What's in here? My watermelons. I haven't done anything yet. Hoping I didn't get the soil too wet. Those cucumbers back there, those tasty green, didn't seem to germinate, and they were planted the same time as my other trials, which were here. So I had two varieties here. The Harmony, that's old seed, so I'm pleased to get even 2 of those. Try to save the seed this year. Didn't do a very good job of that last year, but I'm not super impressed with that germination rate, so I might have to replant that and see if it's something I did. It could just be that they're slow, because there's another one coming up there. It wasn't there yesterday. But either way, I don't like that. Slow germination is not my favorite. So that's definitely a consideration when buying seeds. One of the reasons I trial new varieties. I put those tasty greens next to, what was it? I think it was Corinto and Nokia were the other 2 varieties that are the ones that are planted in the larger pots. Those germinated a while ago and have already been potted on. And those tasty greens, as you saw, there's only 2 plants that have even come up yet. And it may just be that they're slow to germinate, and I'll still get them. But even if that's the case, they would have to be pretty remarkable, taste-wise, or have some other quality that makes them something that I would buy again. Because of the way I germinate seeds outside, it's a little bit less controlled than what a lot of farmers and gardeners do. It's hard to maintain a consistent water or moisture of the soil medium that they're germinating in. And so the longer a seed takes to germinate, I think that my experience has been the less likely it is to germinate, because I might overwater it, I might let it dry out. So the quicker it germinates, the faster I'm going to pot it on and then move it to another area where I can consistently water. So once plants are up, I find it's easier to provide the right amount of water. It's kind of hard to know, at least for me, it's hard to know how much to water something when there's no plant there. I don't know how moist the soil is just by looking at the top of it. A lot of times the top of the soil can be moist, and then you dig down in and it's dry, and then if you find that, then I at least have a tendency to overwater. But all of those issues seem to go away for me when the plant is there, because then I can see, based on how the plant is doing, whether or not I'm watering enough. So, long story short, I don't like seeds that take a long time to germinate.